Hey y'all, trying to see if y'all can see me while I'm driving or not. This is like the third time that I've done this. So we're gonna do a life update and tell you what's going on in my life. Well, for starters, I got a new van tour coming because people like to see that. It's a Dodge Caravan still because I like the Dodge Caravans, and it's black and it's a 2015 and it's got a TV and navigation and all that wonderful stuff. So I absolutely love this van. I hope you guys can still see me because I can't even see my screen anymore because of the sun. Actually, you know what? I got this other thing. Let me grab it. I got this thing. Let me hook it up real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, that's about as good as I can get it. All right, let's get to driving. Okay, so tomorrow, no, not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I always forget to use my backup camera, but I'm so used to not having one that I don't use it. Anyhow, first things first, let's state the obvious. Yep, I'm still fat. Still fat. I actually might weigh probably about 10-15 pounds more than the last time you saw me. Yep, sure do. Sure do. Okay, so let's start with, in a couple days I will be getting a colonoscopy. And a lot of you who are older are probably going to be like, okay, well, you don't usually get colonoscopies till you get older. I thought you were only in your 30s. I am. Well, I am having issues with my stomach hurting like a lot. And at first, they told me they thought, I went to the urgent care because I was hurting a lot. Like, when I say a lot, I mean a lot. And they were like, well, we think that it's diverticulitis. And I didn't really care about it being diverticulitis because my mom has it, my grandmother has it, and so I was like, okay, I kind of understand what that is. And excuse my hair. I kind of understand what that is. That bothers me, but it doesn't bother me because I understand it, and I know it's probably only going to affect me once or twice a month, right? So then I go back to my primary care doctor because in order for my husband to get the FMLA paperwork needed for him for him, because he took off work to take me, and excuse the wobbling of this thing, I have to find a better placement for this car stand. Anyhow, in order for him to get the FMLA paperwork, my primary care physician wanted me to come in just to get, my yearly checkup since I was late for it anyway, and to tell me what she thought about the scans, because I had to have an MRI done and a couple other things. So I had basically, she told me, oh, this used to be Bayer aspirin, but it's not anymore. Basically, she told me that she does not think that it is diverticulitis. She believes that it is ulcerative colitis. And I was a little bit taken aback because ulcerative colitis is a little bit worse than it's a lot of bit worse than diverticulitis. And so I was like, okay. So I go, that's why I have to have a colonoscopy. So tomorrow I start the prep, and tomorrow evening I start the prep, and the next day I go to get my colonoscopy. So then I went for my, well, let's back up. Back in 2017, I did some cancer screenings because my father passed of cancer, my grandfather, my grandmother, my other grandfather. So many people in my family, over 5 have passed, and over 10 have had cancer, right? So I had some cancer screenings done, and they told me that I had some abnormal cells in my uterus that had the potential to be cancer. So they recommended that I did a hysterectomy, which kind of sucked because at the time, not many people know this, but me and my husband were trying to get my tubes untied so that we could have another baby. I wanted another baby. And so it kind of hit me a little hard. Nah, not a little. It hit me pretty hard that I was not going to be able to have a baby, for one. And for two, you're talking about cancer, and the only way to get rid of the risk is to get rid of the thing that allows me to have babies. So you're killing my vibe. So I have the surgery. I healed, and it took me a lot longer to heal because I was also mourning the death of my father. My father passed December 12th. The funeral was December 24th. Christmas. The surgery was December 27th. So that whole month was trash. Let's just be honest. That whole month was trash. So at that time, they told me the same thing about my breasts. They told me that, but the difference was I didn't have no abnormal cells in my breast. They just said, typically, if you have it in the uterus, you will have it in the breast. And so I needed to go ahead and have a mastectomy as well. I did not, because in my mind, if ain't nothing wrong, why am I getting rid of my boobs? Right? So now here it is, 2020. And I go for a mammogram. Well, no, I go for my wellness checkup, and my primary care says, hey, you know what? I want you to go have another mammogram. So I go and have another mammogram. They call me back, and they say, yeah, we need you to come back because something just don't look right. So I have yet another mammogram. So I have another mammogram and the ultrasound, and they say, yeah, we're going to need to have you go to see a high-risk cancer specialist for the breast and have a biopsy on the breasts. Following? So now I have to go and have a biopsy on my breast that they told me to get rid of in 2017, and I didn't. And so now I'm like, is this what they were talking about? Is this why they wanted me to get a mastectomy? Because they knew this was going to happen. And so now I'm kicking myself because I could be over with this. I could have new boobs with a breast augmentation, and I could have a brand new life already. And now here I am, 3 years later, frustrated, disappointed in myself, and a tad bit depressed, because you're telling me that the mass that you see, and what's crazy is when you look at the scans of both my breasts, it just looks like a bunch of salt and pepper sprinkled all over both breasts. Each dot is just all over. It's not one mass. it's a bunch of dots all over my breast, and they think that those are cancerous. Whether or not I have cancer this time, apparently I'm going to have to every 6 months come back. If I don't have cancer now, every 6 months I will have to come back and get another mammogram and another biopsy and another ultrasound. So this is starting to sound real expensive and real scary. So I'm at the point now where I believe that depending on what they say at my next appointment, I'm just going to get a mastectomy and get new boobs. What's the point of waiting for y'all to say, I got to come back again and come back again and come back again and come back again, if I could just rectify the situation right now the same way y'all did with my hysterectomy? I really wish that I would have gotten it done all at once. I would have healed all at once. I would have gotten everything done that I needed to get done, and potentially I would be healthy right now. Potentially, because we don't know. Because I still got the stuff with my colon to worry about. I don't know what it is. Especially since they're saying that my colon lining is shedding. I don't know. I'm frustrated. I'm really sad. And I don't know how to feel. I really don't. I don't even know if you guys can see me. Oh, it fell. It fell. Oh, Jesus. There we go. I don't know where I'm going to be at and what they're going to say. And this is just basically my life update right now. My baby graduated from high school. He's got a job. He's working. He decided to take a gap year because the job that he got agreed to pay for his schooling, 95% of his schooling after he'd been there a year, as long as he picked something that would help him advance in the company. Excuse me for burping. My daughter and I started a lip gloss business, and I will do a separate video on that, showcasing all of the products that we have. My son is in the process of trying to start his own business. Now that we've got my daughter's business up and running, we're going to work on getting his started. And I'm not going to say what it is that he wants to do, because people take ideas. Granted, there's enough people in the world and money in the world for everybody to do the same idea, but you get what I'm saying. And I will say this concerning our lip gloss. Everybody who has bought our products, who has purchased our products, has said that that was the best lip gloss that they've ever tried. So, yeah. Do with that what you will. And the website will be in the description bar. I am actually working on the website because we need better pictures, better product pictures, because the product looks better in person than it does on these Costco's closed. Better than it does on these pictures that I took. So I'm gonna have to go and do something about that. So, but anyway, that's my life update. I will do a follow-up tomorrow on the process for my colonoscopy, and that video will probably be uploaded like a day or two after my colonoscopy, and I'll talk to you guys about the process. I'll try to film as much as I can. Of course, I am not going to be filming while I'm getting the colonoscopy, but I will film up until I just can't. Okay? And then I'll talk about what I remember when I get done. And what they say the results are, of course. So, All right, this video is long enough. I'm looking at 13 minutes, not including the other clips that I recorded. And I will go ahead and see you guys in a couple days. Peace.